Many of our committed Catholic teachers feel they're working without a clear framework. And while not so many of our students are actually hostile to the faith, they often experience it as distant or simply irrelevant. In that space, retreats can easily become well-intentioned experiences that don't quite reach the heart. And that brings me to what I think is the key contribution of this book. Jill gives educators, an extraordinary amount of help with the how of retreats. How to structure them, how to guide reflection, how to build a narrative, how to use scripture, silence, prayer, in abundance.
I loved it. I thought, why isn't this out earlier? Or just why isn't more books produced like this? Because as someone who runs retreats, I think you've nailed it. I love the QR codes and the resources that you've given, but in particular, I love the why. And I think it always has to be the why as to why do we do what we do? And I think that's such a powerful question that we need to keep asking and empowering teachers as well. So good. I loved it. Thank you, Jill.
I wouldn't say that their challenges were any different to the challenges that many of us experience across our networks or the communities where we invite young people into retreats, into retreat experiences. We increasingly find it challenging to have staff in our schools feel confident to lead retreats or to support the retreat process. That's why it's really, Jill's book is very handy for that, because it again says, here's some advice or some structure or a framework that will assist you to come to confidence or to bring others into the space, carefully forming them. Jill, in your opening address there, you talked so much about the importance of inviting others in to share and to respond to that little tug or call or challenge of leading.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this chance. Well, I should begin with congratulating Jill on bringing this book to production. It's a splendid achievement. I think she's given us a model of how to promote authentic human development in the light of Christian wisdom, and she's given us a way to bring into dialogue the story of salvation and the special story of each student. One of the things that retreats provide is a different way of being incarnational. The different space, the different use of time, the different context, the relationships. For young people, it's a mixture of excitement, anxiety, hope, expectation, curiosity. They see their teachers in a completely different light, and the teachers see the pupils, the students, in a completely different light, and each side becomes more real to the other.
The Christian tradition speaks about encountering Christ in that deeper sense, not simply meeting an interesting figure from the past, but encountering someone whose presence reshapes the whole direction of our lives, probably gradually. And that's where the how of retreats becomes so important, because once we're clear about the why, we can begin to think carefully about the how. How do we create places where that encounter might happen? Jill offers a rich set of practical pathways: silence, scripture, prayer, liturgy, personal reflection, and, probably most importantly, the witness of the teacher. The teacher is not just a facilitator of the retreat. They're actually one of the pathways through which the students encounter something real.